Hello YouTube. Do you have this book, Aid to Bible Understanding? I'm going to show you something to show you that the Watchtower doesn't want you to know that they are hiding the fact that the name Jehovah is false. If you go in the Watchtower library, here's the 2010, and you type in this, I'll try to do it, you type Remundus, press enter, and you see the name Remundus appears 7 times according to the Watchtower in their publication. Remundus Martini is the guy that he discovered the name Jehovah. He was the first one. Or, if I put it my own way, he invented the name Jehovah. But the Watchtower doesn't want you to know that. We'll go check these quickly. This is in 2 indexes. And here it appears Remundus Martini, and it shows where it's situated, Watchtower 1980. You check the other one, and Remundus Martini appears again, Watchtower 1980. Okay, we go back. We go to the Watchtower magazine. There's 2 eras. This article, 1980. Click on it, and you see a text. Interestingly, Remundus Martini, a Spanish monk of the Dominican order, first rendered the divine name as Jehovah. This form appeared in his book Pugio Fidei, published 1270 CE, over 700 years ago. So it talks about reform movement, but it doesn't say, if you read it, it doesn't say how he found out the name. So we go to the next Watchtower, 50 to 59, 1950. And you see it's there twice. And there's a little chapter, a little paragraph here. This old paragraph here. It explains that he was the first one to find it, and not another guy called Porcetus de Salvaticis or whatever. So just explain this kind of thing. You can read it for yourself. It's not very hard. You type Remundus, R-A-Y-M-U-N-D-U-S. So it doesn't explain how he found it. So we go back and we check these 2 here, the publications and the Watchtower. Now we check the brochures. It appears twice in brochures. So in one same brochure, it appears twice. We type, so you see twice the name. In time, God's name came back into use in 1278. It appeared in Latin in the work Pugio Fidei, Dagger of Fate, by Remundus Martini, a Spanish monk. Remundus Martini used the spelling soon after in 1303. Porcetus de Salvatis used it also, and etc. Doesn't speak how it was found. I read the articles already. You can check it for yourself. So that's all the Watchtower shows. But they don't tell you that they also speak of Remundus Martini and Aid to Bible Understanding. Why? Because it says in there that the name Jehovah was invented. And we'll check it quickly. Jehovah, page 884 and 885. So we start here. The time did come, however, when in reading the Hebrew scriptures in the original language, the Jewish reader substituted either Adonai or Elohim rather than pronounce the divine name represented by the Tetragrammaton. This is seen from the fact that When vowel pointing came into use in the second half of the first millennium CE, the Jewish copyists inserted the vowel points for either Adonai or Elohim into the tetragrammaton. So they inserted the vowels of Adonai in between the four consonants of YHWH, representing the name of Yahweh, the name of God. To remember to say Adonai, Lord, instead of saying the divine name. So evidently, to warn the reader to say those words in place of pronouncing the divine name, if using the Greek, Septuagint, no, they talk about the Greek, so it says it's replaced by Kyrios and Otheos, but that's besides the point. So I want to go with the name of God. Okay, so then it goes a bit lower. It says the pronunciation Jehovah and Yahweh. By combining the vowel sign of Adonai and Elohim with the four consonants of the tetragrammaton, the pronunciation Yehovah, you see the little vowels, pointers, E, O, and A, in between the YHWH, form Yehovah, and Yehowi were formed. The first of these provided the basis for the Latinized form Jehovah. Jehovah, always say the English translation of Yahweh is Jehovah, but it's not English, it's Latinized form of the Hebrew Yehovah makes Jehovah. So Jehovah is invented by putting the vowels of Adonai in between the YHWH, which gives Latinized Jehovah. So Jehovah is an invention. It's not the name of God. So the first recorded use of this form dates from the 13th century CE. Remundus Martini, there's a name, we didn't find it. We didn't find this name in the Watchtower Library CD-ROM for this book. Anyways, Remundus Martini, a Spanish monk of the Dominican order, used it in his book Pugio Fidei in the year 1270. Then it goes with the Hebrew scholars that prefer Yahweh. But he was the first one to read the two combined mixed words, Adonai and YHWH, as Jehovah. And since he was a Catholic monk, they used to read in Latin, and he pronounced it Jehovah. That's what the Watchtower wrote here. In the next book, after this book, Aid to Bible Understanding, they replaced the book by Insight on the Scriptures. And in this Insight on the Scriptures, they remove the mention of Remundus Martini and the invention of Jehovah by mixing Adonai with YHWH. They removed it from the Insight on the Scriptures. It's in volume 2, page 6 and 7, I think. So the Watchtower is covering up the fact that Jehovah is invented. It's a false name. They're lying. And their entire religion would fall apart if they would admit this, because their name is Jehovah's Witnesses. They're based on a false name. Hey, there's an apostate cat here. 2 apostate cats. So that's all for me. So you know now, Jehovah is invented. The Watchtower told you in their own publications, which they got rid of, and they don't want you to know about. They don't want you to read this, because they're liars, manipulators, deceivers. So thank you. Hope you appreciated this. Thanks for watching.